Mike, I'm just going to ask you some questions. And the first question really is, how did you even find out about Yield School?
Well, I've been in crypto. I started buying crypto like around 2020. But I that's all I did was buy it and kind of just, I was your typical holder, buy and just kind of let it sit. So when I decided that I actually wanted to be active and start to invest more and make the most of what I had put in already, because I see some good growth from it, I was like, I want to be educated on what I'm doing. And I don't want to, I mean, anyone who spends 10 minutes on crypto could realize how complicated it could be, how quickly you can get lost, how quickly you can lose your money. So I didn't want to be that one of those horror stories that you hear about people. Oh, I sent my money to this address, or I clicked on this link, and there's just so many different avenues where things can work against you that I wanted to evade those as much as possible. So I started, researching, Google, crypto schools, crypto university, crypto education, and Yield School, I believe, popped up organically on Instagram. But if our phones are listening to us, then they heard my thoughts. I wanted a reliable school that was going to teach me the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, and then obviously how to navigate the DeFi, which was something that I knew a little about. I dabbled in a little bit, but asking your friends for help and people that are in the market but don't really know what the hell they're doing either can be kind of conflictive. So I decided to get some professional help, and then Yield School, just the rest is history. I had a good meeting, and now I'm involved.
Sweet. So kind of a related question, but why were you interested in joining Yield School?
I liked that, honestly, you're pretty personable character if you're looking at somebody from outside in. So when I found out after watching a video that you were actually a lawyer who specialized in the legal legalities of crypto, that was an interest to me. That's what really caught my eye, because it wasn't like, hey, I'm a crypto expert because I've been doing this and I taught myself how to do it, just like any other person could have, on, with enough time and whatever, and luck, I guess, and time. But you actually are educated from a legal standpoint. And so that really was a selling point for me. And then I did like that you guys specialized in like DeFi. I did like that. And I also liked that you were able to speak to somebody face to face. It wasn't like just on a Telegram group, or because a lot of them are like, you don't see the people, you don't interact. There's no real community. And that's one of my favorite things about Yield School, especially since the upgrade of the app. There's like a community. Like, I speak to the other members, I learn from the other members, and you hear about stuff. I mean, it keeps you in depth with crypto. I think you actually said this on a meeting before. You were like, stay relevant and like stay connected, because when you walk away from it, or like you mess with it a little bit and then you come back to it, that's when you get lost. There's just so much conversion and change within the sector that you have to like stay connected to it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Cool. What would you say your biggest problem was before joining Yield School?
Not feeling confident and able to like dabble with assets and like navigate the like DEXs and stuff like that. And now like I have that confidence.
Cool. How did Yield School help you solve that problem?
Basically, you guys had the option to like book unlimited calls, ask unlimited questions. So literally, before I would make a transaction, I'd be like, hey, can you guys kind of like walk me through, or tell me something I'm stuck on, or verify something that I have, like I'm over analyzing that I'm doing. So your constant support, with that, and guidance with that has definitely made me able to be able to do that successfully.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you learn through the Yield School program specifically?
I guess case in point that pops up to me is how to navigate the whole system, differences between, central exchanges, DeFi exchanges, different protocols, what to look for in terms of market cap, liquidity, things like just understanding what I'm looking for in an asset before I buy it, understanding like the utility of it, and having like an education on knowing what the hell I'm even looking at, besides a number and whether or not to buy it or sell it.
Hmm. Have you found the one-on-one support to be helpful?
Yeah, I have. I did have some good meetings. I felt like it kind of changed. Like if I went in there with a thought, he was able to kind of like direct me in the right way. Wasn't scared to like just agree with me. It's like, I probably wouldn't do that, or yeah, that's a good roll. Yeah, good roll of the dice. Like I like the way you're set up with your portfolio or whatever. So it was good to have that guidance for sure.
Nice. Can you share some success or some results that you've had with Yield School?
Yeah, absolutely. So I probably my most, I guess, solidified win um, in terms of what I've learned from Yield Score, the coins, their assets that I picked up on. I was with Drift. Um, I actually had a few, but Drift stands out quite a bit because I was up substantially, and as well as Aerodrome. You guys had brought on a special guest. I signed up for it pretty much right after that. I bought it, and both times, both of those coins have done significant um, progress where I was able to take out profit twice and de-risk fairly quickly. So that's awesome. And
Yeah.
then just yesterday, I know you guys, and that's one thing you guys do really well is you kind of like let us know like, hey, if you're gonna mess with meme coins, be careful, blah blah blah. Like you're not like, oh yeah, you should just dump your money in and get screwed. But I did. I've gained the confidence from Yield School to be able to step off and mess around with that a little bit.
Hmm.
And there was a coin just the other day. I profited and made the right calls and went back to things I had learned in Yield School and was able to pull out like a $5,000 profit
Nice.
a meme DEX coin. And currently, I did get invested into the Trump coin. Um, and I'm currently up, I don't know, somewhere around 8 or 9K already. I'd taken my de-risk out and some profit. So, I'm learning and I'm making the correct moves and I'm making the taboo saying, oh, it's fake money, you know what I mean, from everybody. You're showing that no, it's actually, you can actually make money doing this. But you have to have the right know-how and diligence, obviously.
Cool. I'm glad to hear that, and well done to you,
Yeah, thank you.
honestly. What do you like most about Yield School?
I like the versatility of the app, being able to have, so many brilliant minds being so active and like down to earth and they're actually interacting in the community of the app. I love having that space, being able to like know like, hey, if I navigate off and I have an issue or a transactionary question, I can jump on the app and get help within, that day. And I that peace of mind of knowing that you know I have a lot to learn, but I know that I'm in good hands and I'm going to be able to learn it with Yield School in the corner and kind of gain that confidence that I needed to be able to like navigate the markets and which assets to pick, when to sell, when to hold, all that stuff that everybody that should should obtain this knowledge or wants to get into crypto should obtain this knowledge beforehand because it's dangerous. You can lose yourself very quickly, and it's very unforgiving. So that's my favorite part about Yield School is the peace of mind that it gives.
Nice. Would you recommend Yield School?
Yes, 10 out of 10. I have too. It's just getting people to actually fork over the investment. But I've actually spoke about this with my partner, with my wife, and said I love that I made this investment. I was very overwhelmed in the beginning, but going through the program, I haven't even finished the program per se because I'm one of those people that tends to blow through something quickly, get my grasp on it, and I want to go play. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
need to get back in there. But the fact of the matter of I always have that book on the shelf to go back review. And I told her, I said, this is the best investment I've made, and probably in my adult life. Honestly. I feel like I literally bought a 4-year university that I can hold in my pocket, but it's for crypto. So, which is really makes me feel happy about the investment and then the choice to do so.
Nice. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
What would you say to a friend who was on the fence about joining?
Uh, you spent that amount and more on a lot of shit that you can't show for. So stop being a cheap ass and get to it. no, in all seriousness, I would say, you know, if you're serious about wanting to have a secondary income or potentially supplement your entire futures income, then I would suggest, you know, signing up for Yield School and learning the do's and don'ts and the whole crypto universe, you know, is in your pocket. Basically, when you have this app, you know, you have constant support, you have so many, I mean, you guys even make an asset vault for us. I mean, you give us a plate to eat from, and then tell us, you know, help us along the way. So I would just explain to them that it's very necessary if you want to succeed in this stuff.
Nice. I'm glad you're having such a good experience, and
Yeah.
please don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't plan on it, man. I don't plan on it. And I was, like I said, I'm just getting more and more in depth with it as I go. And this last week or two has shown me how much the money can change, you know, change my life. Like that profit that I took from that meme DEX coin, dude, I invested, I think 2 SOL, and it ran up. I took my initial investment and like 4 or 5 grand out, and then took profit like 2 or 3 more times for a couple $1,000, and then took that and paid an invoice for my other business out of profit. And I'm like, it was a $3,200 invoice. I'm like, this is exactly why I trade crypto, to benefit, like give myself capital for my businesses and dues that I like actually enjoy. You know, my businesses are my passion. So like having the capital like is amazing. You know what I mean? That was like one of the biggest wins I've had in a long time.